Is it a move to try and keep and create jobs, or just a corporate welfare for some of the richest companies around? Well, that's the question being asked of New Jersey Governor Chris Christie today after this article landed on the front page of today's New York Times. Christie leaning on tax subsidies in hunt for jobs. Now, in the piece, reporter Charles Bagley spotlights some of the more controversial deals that the Christie administration's offered since taking office in 2010. Bagley reports Christie has okayed $1.5 billion in tax credits, and in exchange, the governor's office says it promised to hire more New Jersey workers, these companies who got these tax abatements, and to quiet threats from companies to leave the state. Companies like Prudential, which got $250 million in tax credits to build a new office tower in Newark, just a few blocks from their existing one, and they never threatened to leave. Or how about Panasonic? They got $100 million in tax credits to move their headquarters 9 miles from one New Jersey address to another. Goya Foods, $82 million to move their offices and warehouses a total of 2 miles from one part of Jersey City to another. And then there's Campbell Foods. They got $42 million to renovate its headquarters in Camden, then promptly laid off 130 workers anyway after promising to hire a whole bunch if they got a tax deal. In short here, the question is, will these deals, or have these deals, really done right by New Jersey taxpayers? And joining us now, the man who wrote that cover story in today's Times, reporter Charles Bagley. Charles, thank you very much for a few minutes. I appreciate it.
Well, thank you. Thanks for having me.
You know, I'm curious from your perspective, when you were done putting the piece together, what surprised you more? The scope of how many dollars we were talking about, or the fact here that so many people seem to have been so turned off by the consequences, and there were very few winners in this other than the companies, obviously, that got to have a huge tax break, but we haven't seen the jobs materialize.
Well, I got into this watching what New Jersey was doing, trying to lure fresh fields over from Queens to Fresh Direct, from Queens to New Jersey. They were offering an extraordinary amount of money. Even for someone who's covered this for 25 years, I was just flabbergasted. So I began taking a harder look at all the programs, and they essentially used 4 different programs, and the dollars were just breathtaking. So that's what got me interested.
We're talking $1.5 billion, as you report here, that's going to have a net consequence, obviously, to the state in terms of obviously revenues coming in over the next 10, 15 years, but there's also the opportunity cost. And I expect a lot of groups are going to be sounding off today and in the coming days. Education's taken a big hit as the budgets had to pare down. There's been other areas, obviously, that had major belt tightening. We've seen, I talked to the mayors of some of the biggest cities of New Jersey, and they've talked about the huge layoffs they've had to do, including to fire, police, etc., because of Trenton obviously tightening up. Do you expect the fallout is going to be coming from a lot of folks who say, wait a second, you in turn helped out some folks and asked us to give. Where's the equity here in sacrifice?
Well, what's interesting is there's a bill in the New Jersey legislature right now that wants to put another $1 billion into the Urban Hub tax credit program. So that's another extraordinary addition. And I think that it's got many people wondering. There's another school of thought that would argue, rather than giving it to individual corporations, if you want to get some sort of public program going, you should devote it to schools or education, things that benefit all of the citizens and all of the businesses for that matter.
Walk us through, if you could, Charles, because I think the Prudential case is kind of Exhibit A here. State agrees, in effect, as I understand it from your reporting, to, in effect, forgive $250 million in taxes that they'd pay over a time period for the promise that they'd move not from out of state in New Jersey, stay in New Jersey, stay in Newark, but they'd build another location and there'd be a lot more jobs coming. But what I walk away from the piece is they weren't going anywhere anyway.
No. Prudential never said that never threatened to leave the city of Newark. What was happening was they rented space in 3 buildings at the Gateway Center, almost 1 million square feet, and the leases were coming up in the next couple of years. So they examined what they could do. Would they release the space, or would they build something new? And the analysis showed that the far cheaper option would be to stay in place. So they went to the state. The state says, okay, we'll give you $250 million in tax credits. And they said, well, that helps. Now we can build a new building. So the idea was they were going to build a brand new building, but they're leaving behind 900,000 square feet of office space. And this is prime office space. The problem is there isn't a lot of demand in Newark. So you're hurting one set of people to help another set of people.
Net here for Jersey viewers watching at home, has there been a benefit of any kind that I'm missing for the taxpayer who says, wait a second, you're asking me to in effect subsidize companies that in many cases weren't even leaving. I'm paying for that, but junior school here is going to either have a bigger class size here, or if my spouse is a teacher, she's going to have a lower pension. What's going on here? Do they have a right, taxpayers in New Jersey, to really ask what the heck is going on?
Well, the Christie administration would argue that they're doing two things. That they're stimulating construction on the one hand, and they're also creating new jobs, whether it be with the company that's moving into the space or new construction jobs. And as you know, construction has slowed down, so there's high unemployment among construction workers. But in the long run, you got to ask, well, if we're stimulating supply when there's a lot of vacancy, is some of this space just going to sit empty on the market?
I'm very curious how the fallout from this story is going to work its way through Trenton here. But Charles Bagley, a great job. And again, for folks who want to check out the story, I encourage you to go to the Times website if you haven't read it already. Charles, thanks again for a few minutes.
Thank you.